Okay, it's streaming live now. I'll press record
Okay,
and then we'll be ready.
sounds good. Okay, we'll call this council special session to order. It's Wednesday, October 30th. The time is 5:00 p.m. We're going to be going into an executive session. It's scheduled to take place under ORS 192.6602H, potential pending litigation, and consult with counsel to discuss the upcoming mediation and to provide direction to staff and legal counsel. Representatives of the news media and staff and other persons as approved shall be allowed to attend the executive session. All other members of the audience are asked to leave the Zoom room or are at risk of being removed.
So just to say that Kohai-Odd Friday is in the attendee room. Would you like me to make him a panelist so you can talk to him?
No, because they have not. They sent us a letter that they were not representatives of news media. If everybody recalls, does all the councilors recall that?
This is, I believe, Brady Preheim.
Okay.
Right. Do you have any records, Kathy, of them submitting the necessary paperwork to qualify as media?
I did get the paperwork this morning and the attorneys have looked at it. And I made a request to Marty Rowe, Kohai, the editor or owner of Kohai, and I have not received word back yet from him.
Okay, well, because we had a different radio station that was not approved by Kohai. So that being said, I'm going to, because the paperwork was not in sufficient time, I'm going to ask him to leave. Legal counsel, do you agree with that? It's not even 24 hours. It was this morning. And we have no follow-up from the owner of Kohai.
Good evening, Mayor. Matthew Call, Chris Dolan here, both from Jordan Ramus. So situation here was Brady Preheim submitted an application to the city earlier today requesting to be recognized as a news media representative. Mr. Preheim filled out the application certifying that he's part of a news media organization, and he presented along with that a document listing out a program schedule from Kohai, along with a printout from a Wikipedia page for Kohai. Our office had looked at this, recommended to the city to reach out to Kohai and obtain a letter on Kohai's letterhead stating that he is a representative of their media. That was out this afternoon. In the city's media policy that it adopted, this was resolution 2001.
Matthew, if I can interrupt you, if I can just interrupt for just a second, okay?
Absolutely.
Well, Mr. Preheim does have has affiliation with the other side of our organization, a known relationship where they've been out to eat multiple times, seen multiple times hanging out together. I do not feel comfortable. I think the city is at risk allowing Mr. Preheim to this. And I want to declare that. And it is factual. Would other councilors like to concur that? At least that statement I have given?
Well, I think that the facts are pretty standard, regardless of any of that, which I would agree with most of that anyways. But I think the facts is we asked for a documentation that was not provided. So at this time, I think it would be in the city's best interest to not allow him to be present until we have everything that we need that, you know, checks the boxes.
I agree with Councilor Chilton.
I agree with Councilor Chilton.
You as well, Rick.
And did you have more you were going to say, Matthew?
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna kind of go through what the city's policy is for that, for media. So the representative is required to provide substantial evidence, and the city can require certain documentation for that. And like I said, they've made a request for one of the items. They can ask for other credentials in order for them to demonstrate that they are a representative of the news media. One thing I would point out in the city's policy, it references that in the event a person claiming to be a representative of the media fails to provide advance evidence, the representative should either be allowed to attend the session or the executive session shall be postponed. However, then on their application, there's a note that if the city is trying to verify that information, that attendance may be denied while the city is attempting to verify everything. The statutes for executive sessions allow for media to attend with certain exceptions if they are a party to litigation or if there's in regards to labor negotiations. So those are the exemptions where they are not permitted to attend an executive session. Chris, is there anything you want to add?
I think the city has a right and an obligation to preserve the integrity of the executive session function. And that includes confirming that people representing themselves to be part of the media are in fact part of the media. That's where it stands. If the council is not convinced that this individual has provided the necessary documentation, then I don't see necessarily a problem with denying him access to this meeting. I am a little concerned about what appears to be an inconsistency with respect to a policy and then what's on the application.
Okay, so at this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Preheim to exit the room, please.
I
If
see
not-
some chat action happening there from Mr. Preheim, but I think regardless, even if
I'm not
Marty
seeing-
joins us right now, I don't think that's going to supply the necessary documentation that was requested. So again, I think the point still stands.
Agreed.
And Kohai has joined a different attendee. Would you like me to remove both of them?
Yes. Okay, it looks like we're good to go.
The meeting is now locked.
Are we locked, Kathy?
Yes.
Okay. Today is October 30th, 2024. The time is 5:10 p.m. We are now in executive session.
Hang on.
Under ORS 192.6602E.